In the middle of the vast Sahara Desert, there is a strange formation so large that it can be seen from space. From the ground, it looks like a series of rocky hills and valleys. But from the sky, it reveals a completely different shape. Massive circles stretch across the desert landscape. The rings expand outward for kilometers in every direction. The formation looks almost like a giant eye staring into space. This mysterious location is known as the Richat Structure. Many people also call it the Eye of the Sahara. The Richat Structure lies in the western part of the Sahara Desert, in the country of Mauritania. At first glance, the desert around it looks completely empty. Sand dunes stretch across the horizon. The land appears dry and lifeless. But hidden within this barren landscape is one of the most unusual geological structures on Earth. The Richat Structure is enormous. The entire formation measures about 40 kilometers across. That is larger than many cities. The circular pattern is so large that early explorers on the ground did not even realize it existed. Only when astronauts began observing the Earth from space did the shape become clear. From orbit, the rings form a nearly perfect circle. This unusual appearance immediately caught the attention of scientists. Many people wondered how such a structure could form in the middle of the desert. At first, some researchers believed the structure might be the result of a meteor impact. Meteor craters often create circular shapes. If a large asteroid struck the Earth, it could produce a similar formation. For years, scientists studied the rocks inside the Richat Structure to test this idea. However, the evidence did not match what researchers expected from a meteor crater. Typical impact craters contain shocked minerals created by intense pressure. They also contain fragments of melted rock formed during the collision. But these features were missing in the Richat Structure. Instead, scientists discovered something very different. The rings were formed by layers of rock that had been pushed upward by geological forces. Over millions of years, erosion slowly wore away the softer rock layers. Harder rock layers remained behind. This process created the circular ridges that form the eye-like pattern visible today. Although the structure is natural, its appearance still feels mysterious. Standing on the ground inside the formation, it is difficult to see the overall shape. The rings stretch far beyond the horizon. Only from the sky does the giant circular pattern become visible. This is why the Richat Structure became famous among astronauts. Many astronauts orbiting Earth have said, "The Eye of the Sahara is one of the most recognizable landmarks visible from space." Against the endless sand of the Sahara Desert, the circular rings stand out clearly. For people seeing the Earth from orbit, the formation almost looks like a target painted on the desert. The Richat Structure has fascinated scientists and explorers for decades. Although its origin is now better understood, the formation still raises many questions. The rocks inside the structure are extremely old. Some of them formed more than 500 million years ago. These ancient layers reveal clues about the early history of the Earth. Long before the Sahara Desert existed, this region looked completely different. Millions of years ago, rivers and shallow seas covered the area. Sediment slowly accumulated on the ocean floor. Over time, these sediments hardened into layers of rock. Later, powerful geological forces pushed these layers upward. This uplift created a dome-like structure in the Earth's crust. Imagine pushing upward on the center of a stack of pancakes. The layers would bend and form a rounded shape. Something similar happened beneath the Sahara. But the story does not end there. After the rocks were lifted upward, erosion began to shape the landscape. Wind and water slowly removed the softer rock layers. Harder layers resisted erosion and remained visible. Over millions of years, this process carved the circular rings seen today. The Sahara Desert itself is also relatively young. Scientists believe the desert formed only a few million years ago. Before that time, large parts of North Africa were covered by grasslands and lakes. Climate changes gradually transformed the region into the dry desert seen today. The Richat Structure survived these dramatic environmental changes. Today, the formation sits surrounded by endless sand. But scientists believe ancient rivers once flowed through the area. Evidence of these ancient waterways still exists in the surrounding landscape. The Eye of the Sahara is not just interesting for geologists. Archaeologists have also studied the region. Stone tools discovered near the structure suggest that early humans once lived nearby. Thousands of years ago, the Sahara was much greener than it is today. Human communities hunted animals and gathered plants in the region. As the climate became drier, these populations gradually moved away. Today, only a few nomadic groups travel through the remote desert around the Richat Structure. Because the region is so isolated, visiting the Eye of the Sahara requires careful planning. Travelers must cross large areas of desert. Temperatures can become extremely hot during the day. Water supplies must be carefully managed. Despite these challenges, explorers continue to visit the site. Standing inside such a massive geological formation can be a remarkable experience. From the ground, the Richat structure can appear confusing. The circular shape is simply too large to see from a single location. Visitors walking across the landscape see rocky ridges rising from the desert. These ridges form the outer rings of the structure. Between the ridges lie valleys filled with sand and gravel. The terrain looks rugged and ancient. But the true beauty of the formation becomes clear from above. Satellite images reveal the full circular pattern. The rings appear almost perfectly symmetrical. This striking shape has inspired many theories over the years. Some people have suggested the structure might be connected to ancient civilizations. One popular theory claims the Richat Structure could be the remains of the legendary lost city of Atlantis. According to the philosopher Plato, Atlantis was a circular city surrounded by rings of water and land. When people compared Plato's description to satellite images of the Richat Structure, the similarities seemed intriguing. However, most scientists do not support this idea. There is no archaeological evidence of a lost city inside the formation. The rocks that form the rings are natural geological layers. Even so, the mysterious appearance of the Eye of the Sahara continues to inspire imagination. The structure also attracts attention from space agencies. Because the circular rings are so distinctive, astronauts use the formation as a visual landmark when orbiting Earth. When spacecraft pass over North Africa, the Eye of the Sahara is easy to identify. It serves as a reminder of how unusual geological processes can shape our planet. Looking at the formation from space highlights the incredible scale of Earth's landscapes. Natural forces operating over millions of years created patterns visible, even from orbit. Few places on Earth demonstrate this process as clearly as the Richat Structure. Today, the Richat Structure remains one of the most fascinating natural formations on Earth. Its enormous circular rings stand out against the endless sand of the Sahara Desert. Scientists continue to study the structure to better understand how geological forces shape the planet. Each layer of rock reveals information about Earth's distant past. The formation is like a giant geological record, written across the desert landscape. Although the mystery of its origin has largely been solved, the Eye of the Sahara still inspires curiosity. Few places on Earth look quite like it. The giant rings seem almost too perfect to be natural. Yet they were created entirely by the slow processes of nature. Wind, water, and tectonic movement worked together over hundreds of millions of years. Standing in the middle of the structure, visitors are surrounded by ancient rock formations stretching across the desert. Looking up, the sky appears endless. Looking outward, the circular ridges extend toward the horizon. The scale of the formation is difficult to fully understand. Only from high above the Earth does its true shape become clear. From space, the Eye of the Sahara appears, like a giant mark on the surface of the planet, a reminder that Earth is constantly changing. Hidden beneath deserts and oceans are countless geological stories, waiting to be discovered. The Richat Structure is one of the most spectacular examples, a giant eye carved into the Sahara Desert, and one of the most mysterious landscapes on our planet.